The final two a long time of COVID lockdowns cleared out us all with small to do, but so much to find. The 1995 Keanu Reeves motion picture Johnny Memory Helper as of late went viral on Twitter after clients taken note its spot-on delineations of online data fighting and a dangerous plague made more regrettable by narrow-minded megacorporations. Outsider and The Thing had comparable moment lives early within the widespread, much appreciated to their precise depictions of the risks of freely actualized isolate measures. For me, investing a huge chunk of my time looking at thoughtless mid-2000s activity movies while moreover studying the leading of what the web should offer, that brilliant re-evaluation came from the 2009 Gerard Butler film Gamer. Gamer isn't what one would consider a customarily great motion picture. A box office bomb panned by pundits upon discharge, the film right now sits at 30% on Spoiled Tomatoes, with a group of onlookers score of as it were 39%. In truth, I might as it were discover one other formal defense of the motion picture, teacher and rationalist Steven Shaviro's 10,000-word treatise composed in no time after Gamer came and went from theaters. Shaviro inevitably makes a key point: the creators of this motion picture were on to something. In 2021, that something is clearer. Chiefs Stamp Neveldine and Brian Taylor bring the frantic vitality of their Jason Statham activity motion picture wrench to Gamer without any of the camp. It's a splatterpunk mess of a film that, maybe more so than any other motion picture of its time, overseas to capture the unceasing nightmare of nowadays. The same motion picture in which Gerard Butler scandalously pees and heaves into a car's gas tank is additionally a scorching prosecution of capitalism and a shockingly on-point forecast of how, cleared out unchecked, corporate restraining infrastructures will utilize the web to require absent our real independence. In Gamer, a brain embed called a Nanex permits individuals to remotely get to other people's brains. This innovation powers two real-world video games, Counting Slayers, a Fortnite-esque encounter where death row detainees are controlled remotely as they battle to the passing in different distribution centers on live streams. In the event that they survive 30 diversions, they're set free. When the motion picture begins, no player has overseen to do it however. Still, Slayer's players controlling the detainees are enormous celebrities, comparative to today's jerk streamers. Logan Lerman plays Simon, the ninja-like influencer who controls Butler's character, John Cable Tillman. The more curiously amusement inside Gamer is society. It's a real-life version of The Sims, where flesh-and-blood players are made to move and drink and have sex with each other interior a topic stop of clubs and in rooms. The full thing looks like a Clockwork Orange adaptation of VidCon combined with the Torment Dungeon from Saw. Society players are all delineated as disconnected twisted people, tormenting their human avatars from dim, forlorn rooms. Looking through the negative surveys of Gamer, numerous pundits had issues with the innovation within the film. The "Internet controls you" introduce was still generally modern in 2009, and to be perfectly honest, it still appeared a small far-fetched. But innovation has rapidly caught up with Neveldine and Taylor's vision for long-standing time. Prior this month, the Modern York Times detailed on an app called New, which makes a human stock market, and permits fans to control influencers' activities by means of in-app surveys. There's as of now a whole class of live streaming called live streaming, where influencers strap fawning packs on their backs and walk the boulevards, getting in fights and annoying individuals as their chat rooms egg them on. Elon Musk's Neuralink startup said it plans to begin testing its brain interface innovation this year. In the interim, Facebook at long last discharged subtle elements this month, almost its augmented reality equipment, a wristband and glasses combo that will work by means of hand motions. We'll be playing Pokémon Go through Brain Embed at some point within the another couple of decades. Gerard Butler and Gamer running around shooting individuals in a video amusement setting. Picture, Lionsgate. The other primary issue most individuals appeared to have had with Gamer back in 2009 is that it's amazingly realistic. I'm not beyond any doubt it's as exploitative because it appears. Over the final 20 a long time, a slew of motion pictures have endeavored to precisely delineate the web. Most of them fizzled. The Online World and the Movement Picture Association approved world of motion pictures and TV are exceptionally distinctive. The web is inalienably disgusting. It moreover exists in a consistent state of both serious and not genuine at the same time. Online. A frog meme can ended up a worldwide despise image. Hollywood movies have inconvenience depicting that. Anybody else keep in mind SwimFan or Fear.com? It's difficult for a character to turn to another one and say, "This is Sonic Feet Fan 69, he went viral for bubbling a Joker activity figure in piss, and presently he's running for Congress." Gamer doesn't make any endeavor to lampshade this duality, and boy, is it bumping. Slayer's characters robotically teabag each other mid-game. And Society cast individuals thoughtlessly walk around in circles for hours. But the human creatures that are made to do these things are enduring, and the motion picture doesn't modest absent from appearing that. One of the more propelled thoughts within the film is the character Insight Castle, the maker of Slayers and Society. Played by Michael C. Corridor, who is having the time of his life, Insight looks like Jack Dorsey and sounds like David Duke. In 2009. The thought of a Silicon Valley tech originator that talked like a Republican great ol' boy felt off-putting and abnormal. In 2021, not so much. Observing the motion picture presently, he feels just like the idealized, unnerving blend of Alex Jones and Stamp Zuckerberg. In truth, the motion picture is littered with small subtle elements that felt overblown a decade back, but nowadays, cut awkwardly near to reality. The news media within the world of gamer is delineated as fair a collection of different right-wing YouTube dramatization channels. The has-see like OAN grapples in conversation like Keemstar, smoking cigarettes on discuss and shouting swear words. And according to the bug within the corner of the screen, they're all possessed by one media combination, Telnet. Hitting exceptionally near to domestic in 2021. The film makes two exceptionally clear references to Castle's Nanex innovation being utilized to fix and race. Amid and meet at the best of the film, Castle tells Kyra Sedgwick's Gina Parker Smith, a Nancy Elegant stand-in. "I'd remind your audience that Slayers was put along with the total participation and endorsement of the United States government, that the income it produces is dependable for financing our whole jail framework, keeping the terrible folks behind bars." Which the prop was voted for by a cock-solid 68% of the American Open in a decision corrupted by suspected computerized fraud, Parker Smith says, interrupting Castle. And after that once more, at the conclusion of the film, Castle uncovers that his terrific arrange is to utilize Nanex tech to require control of the government. 100 million individuals may purchase what I needed to purchase and vote how I needed to vote, he says to Cable. Gamer's political inaccuracy appears fair as consider as its viciousness and sexual substance. Simon, the streamer that controls Cable, spends his whole day in his room, which looks kind of like a Star Journey holodeck put with tense MySpace profiles. He's one of the greatest celebrities on the planet since of how well he plays Slayers. And, indeed, in spite of the fact that he's a death row prisoner, Cable's victory within the diversion has driven to his acclaim as well. His confront and title are on holographic promotions all over the world. In one scene, a match of female Slayers players named the Cum Dumpsters offer to purchase Cable from Simon. The diversion has turned Simon and Cable into whizzes. In the meantime, Cable's spouse, Angie Nika Roth-Tillman, may be a cast member of Society. Played by Golden Valletta, she lets individuals remotely control her in trade for a scanty compensation. Society players are respected as the least frame of excitement. A blend of a reality TV cast part, OnlyFans micro-influencer, and build-up house part. In one scene, Nika is snickered out of a child administration's office as she tries to apply for guardianship of her girl, told that working inside of Society isn't a genuine work. Within the third act of the motion picture, Cable spares her from being ambushed by another player named Rick Assault. It's clarified that Rick has been prohibited from Society a few times for assaulting other players, and however, he keeps coming back. It's too simple to compose off Cable's primary storyline as a stock action movie inspiration, a wrongly indicted armed force man battles to be rejoined with his spouse. Too bad, no motion picture can do this superior than Con Discuss. But there's more happening here than meets the eye. Cable is imprisoned for kill since he was an early Nanex trial subject. To cover up Castle's deceptive human testing, Cable is detained and after that made to battle to the passing. When he begins to induce as well great at Slayers and comes near to getting away, Castle enlists Terry Crews' character, Hackman, to invade the amusement and slaughter Cable. In Gamer, a tech-imposing business model has worked with the US government to turn its stage into a strict jail where you compete for consideration and survival. And in the event that you get as well great at the diversion? On the off chance that you hit the big stake within the casino as well numerous times? They mediate. It's not that diverse from Facebook changing its calculation, from YouTube shadow banning you, or from Robinhood freezing exchanging at the tallness of the GameStop pump. Gamer isn't idealize. The parody isn't coherent sufficient to truly nail what it's attempting to do, and the motion picture can't elude a few commonplace, Hollywood motion picture around capitalism, pitfalls. The depiction of the hacktivist gather humans is amazingly wince. Driven by ludicrous character, Brother, the bunch makes a difference Cable elude from Slayers and protect Nika. It's a pretty lazy riff on Mysterious. And likely the portion of the motion picture that has matured the most noticeably awful. But it serves an critical point, the humans activists are all killed within the third act by soldiers of fortune working for Castle. The Nanex framework has ended up huge sufficient to pulverize any collective activity against it. In spite of the fact that it encompasses a cheerful finishing for its fundamental character, Gamer isn't precisely a confident motion picture. The climax of the film is an inconceivably strange move arrangement. Castle, having seized Nika, performs a tap number whereas he remotely controls a bunch of detainees, who all move nearby him. The tech CEO as a mannequin ace. The ultimate hub in an robotized military-to-prison-to-death game onlooker wear for the wealthy. Cable eventually murders Castle, after deceiving the CEO into conceding on a livestream his plan to subjugate the planet. But there's no sign at the conclusion of the motion picture that Slayers or society stops after Castle kicks the bucket. There's not indeed truly a scene appearing much open shock. Instep, Cable, Nika, and their girl drive off into the farmland, clearing out the advanced domain behind. Gamer sets a world where the excite of online viciousness and misuse is as well addictive to destroy. In spite of the fact that Cable and his family elude, the arrange proceeds ahead. It's implied that indeed Castle's company will move forward without him. The framework has ended up as well huge presently, as well imperative. The person can attempt to take off it, and may succeed, but it has fixed the larger part of the world interior of it. It's a parcel to hang on a Gerard Butler motion picture. But 3 months prior, we observe thousands of Americans live-stream themselves raging the Capitol building. It's starting to feel just like the as it were thing Gamer truly got off base is the idea that individuals would have to be remotely controlled to need to fight each other on a live stream.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on our future adventures.